An anchor is a device, normally made of metal, used to secure a vessel to the bed of a body of water to prevent the craft from drifting due to wind or current. Anchors can either be temporary or permanent. Permanent anchors are used in the creation of a mooring and are rarely moved. A specialist service is normally needed to move or maintain them. Vessels carry one or more temporary anchors, which may be of different designs and weights. A sea anchor is a drag device, not in contact with the seabed, used to minimize drift of a vessel relative to the water. A drogue is a drag device used to slow or help steer a vessel running before a storm in a following or overtaking sea, or when crossing a bar in a breaking sea. The anchoring equipment of a ship comprises the anchor chain, and the windlass. The anchoring equipment as required herewith is intended for temporary mooring of a ship within a harbor or sheltered area, when the ship is awaiting berth, tide, etc. The modern ship's anchor is called stockless bower anchor and is developed from the primitive stock anchor. The earliest anchors were probably rocks, and many rock anchors have been found dating from at least the Bronze Age. 8. Pre-European Maori. Waka canoes used one or more hollowed stones, tied with flax ropes, as anchors. Many modern moorings still rely on a large rock as the primary element of their design. However, using pure weight to resist the forces of a storm works well only as a permanent mooring. A large enough rock would be nearly impossible to move to a new location. The ancient Greeks used baskets of stones, large sacks filled with sand, and wooden logs filled with lead. According to Apollonius Rhodius and Stephen of Byzantium, anchors were formed of stone, and Athenaeus states that they were also sometimes made of wood. Such anchors held the vessel merely by their weight and by their friction along the bottom. Iron was afterwards introduced for the construction of anchors, and an improvement was made by forming them with teeth, or flukes, to fasten themselves into the bottom. This is the iconic anchor shape most familiar to non-sailors. This form has been used since antiquity. The Roman Nemi ships of the 1st century AD used this form. The Viking Ladby ship, probably 10th century, used a fluked anchor of this type, made of iron, which would have had a wooden stock mounted perpendicular to the shank and flukes to make the flukes. Contact the bottom at a suitable angle to hook or penetrate.